Welcome back. It is so good to have you with us. Kate Scott, Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards. Good to have you with us here for the post-show of the Champions League quarter-finals, first legs that we saw today. Two being played today. Bayern Munich getting the job done at the Bernabeu in Madrid against Real Madrid. 2-1 the score in that one. And Arsenal beating Sporting in Lisbon 1-0. So 2 away wins in these first legs today. I kind of threw you a question just before we went to the break there at the end, but we didn't really get a chance to hear your full answer because we were short on time. You get 2, kind of, well, 4 even, well, maybe 3 European greats. Well, anyway,
take your chances.
Great European sides like that. Well, at least Real Madrid, Bayern Munich are kind of 2 sides that in Europe you always expect to perform at the very highest level. Did we see that in this quarterfinal tonight?
Yeah, and I said to Micah before the game, when you think of sort of European giants and a matchup, I was thinking, it is Real Madrid, Bayern Munich almost feels like almost like the biggest game. The 2 real heavyweights of European football. Obviously, we know Real Madrid have got the most European cups. I think Bayern Munich maybe second. I might have that wrong. But, you know, the biggest club in Germany, biggest club in Spain. And I think you said before the game, the first 50 years ago since the first game, 1976.
Yeah, that was
so they've got a great history. Bayern Munich haven't lost or haven't won against Real Madrid for a long time. And that was a serious performance, that from Bayern Munich. They looked like, you know, the real deal. Madrid, for me, aren't great, but they're still there. They're still in the game. You know, they get the first goal in the second leg and it's game on. But, yeah, for me, when these 2 come up against each other, it feels like 2 of the biggest heavyweights in European football.
OK, let's take you out to Peter and to Guillaume, who watched that game live at the Bernabeu. Did you guys enjoy it as much as we did?
Oh, yes. This was a game that could have been won by the team that lost, but the better team was Bayern. Perhaps the best player of Bayern was the goalkeeper, would you say?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, what a treat to be here and actually watch this quality of football. 2 very different styles of attacking this kind of game. Obviously, with Real Madrid's experience at this stage, in this stadium. I said to you, Guillaume, I'm a little bit disappointed with how defensive they are. And you went, well, that's how they play in Europe. But
also they have that thing where all of a sudden they turn it on. And I reckon that's minutes 60. Vini against Neuer, and Neuer closes the gap. Vini misses it, but the Bernabeu don't need a lot to start believing in miracles. It's like, oh, right, it's on, the miracle is on, 2-0 down, and they started believing. So before that, in the first hour you heard the 4,000 Bayern fans. After that, it was a 76,000 Real Madrid fans you only heard.
No, it's a fantastic place to watch football, and it was a really weird game in many ways. Absolutely top-class entertainment, no doubt about that. Michael Olise, I mean, what the player he is turning out to be. I mean, it's just an absolute joy just watching him play. But at the end of the day, Bayern win 2-1, and they only win 2-1 because Manuel Neuer played one of the best games he's ever played. That save from Mbappe, just after forcing Vini Jr. wide, that save is probably the best save I've seen all season. And the goal that Mbappe finally scored, he nearly saved that as well. Manuel Neuer today, I said it before the game, as a bit of a question mark, a little rusty. He needed to play well today, and my God, did he do that?
Peter, I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but
tell him
come on.
to Neuer.
What? Say that again, sorry?
I know you're trying to get an interview with Neuer, but Olise was by far the best player on the pitch. Come on!
No, I can't argue with that. Okay. On the pitch, outside, with the ball, unbelievable. Seriously unbelievable. But one player got them the win today. That's Neuer. Had they scored, and it's 4 massive chances of 2 of the best players in the world, have they scored on them, they would have won Real Madrid. So, you know, Neuer for me, man of the match. Olise, what a player.
And yes, we're trying to get a Neuer interview.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Are we trying to get any other interviews? Who else have we got on the list?
Oh, yes.
Who do you want?
We'd appreciate Kylian Mbappe.
Oh, we'll try.
Guillaume knows him.
There's very little chance of that, but we'll try. Thierry, can we use your name?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
And try to learn out.
I can't.
Can we use your name, saying that
Sorry, I can't.
coach wants to talk to you?
Sorry, guys, I can't hear them.
He was arriving.
All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you in a sec.
As you said just now, I mean, my God, what a performance by you, by the team. Where does this rank in terms of all the games that you've played in your career?
Yeah, it's right up there, I think. We know Real Madrid and the Bernabeu in the Champions League. We know what comes with that, the noise, the hype. And to be able to perform like we did today, I thought was top from everyone. We had some really big chances, created some good moments. Just the final finish, the final pass weren't quite as good as it probably has been this season, but look, they had some good chances as well. Manu made some great saves. So overall, to win at the Bernabeu and take this back to the Allianz is a big momentum for us.
Yeah, you just mentioned Manuel Neuer. He had 40 years of age. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week, yeah.
Not played very much in the past month or two. He came in today, and some of the saves he made today was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, Manu speaks for himself. I mean, the career he's had, and to keep the momentum and keep the drive to be better. And I mean, the way he trains is impressive, to be honest. I think for any young goalkeeper to watch him train every day and still do what he does, there's no wonder he takes it out onto the pitch and makes saves like he did today. So, he's a big part of our success and what we try and do to both with and without the ball, how we play. So, today he was outstanding.
And the way you scored your goals today, obviously very, very late in the first half, which is always nice to go into half-time. Then you have half-time, and then you were 20 seconds into the second half, you put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, we talk about momentum in these type of games, and I think we've done that really well. Like I said, we probably should have been 1 or 2 up before our first goal. Didn't quite take the chances well enough, but then we got the goal in the right moment, come out in the second half, and we spoke about getting on the front foot and really trying to take the game to Madrid and to score that quickly is obviously a bonus. But obviously always disappointing to concede, but overall I think 2-1 we'll take and see next week.
Yeah, 2-1, you go to next week, and today was an unbelievable match to watch. So thank you very much for that, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Yes, good to hear from Harry Kane. Can we take a look back at that goal and you just kind of talk us through the technique of it, Thierry?
It's just knowing where you are, first and foremost. I mean, he's clever enough not to go into the box. He can see that everybody goes into the box, disappears from everybody. Edge of the box is almost like, when strikers or players train at the end of the session and they go in the D. All you need to do, which is very difficult for the goalkeeper, is to place it there because you have bodies in front of the goalkeeper, and so it's very difficult. Look, Rudiger here. So all you need to do is to go around him, as he does, but we're seeing that view. The goalkeeper thinks that maybe Rudiger is going to block it. You don't really see the ball. By the time you think too much, the ball is bouncing under your arm, and it's very difficult to take it. But what I like with it is he didn't try to put any power, placed it, keep it on target, where the ball came from, goal.
Do we expect Bayern Munich to take the same approach to the second leg next week?
Yeah, I don't think they can play any other way.
That's how they play.
The last game they played, they conceded a couple of goals in that one, didn't they? Did they win 8-2? Atalanta.
Yeah.
Was it 8-2 that game? What I'm saying is...
10 something.
But actually in the game... the point I'm trying to make is, once the game's won, I almost felt won a little bit of 2-0. Normally, every team I think we've probably all played in will get everyone in their own half and just say, OK, we're not going to concede. They're going to have to take chances because they've got to try and get a goal. They're going to throw, and we'll counter-attack them. But it was an end-to-end game. But at one stage, Clive said, both the fullbacks are in the box. There's about 5 or 10 minutes to go. And you're thinking, it's 2-1 here. And I just think that's the way they play. Now, we'd love to watch it. That was a brilliant game to watch. As I said, 20 shots each, 40 shots in the game. You don't normally see that at this level of the competition. Like it still could cost them. I think when we were doing the pros and cons before the game, Thierry
we said
that could cost them.
If you like after the win, and I thought they were dominant, right? But the man of the match is your goalkeeper.
Exactly. Yeah.
That tells you a story. They always give you chances.
Mm. All right, let's move on to Sporting versus. We will see you in a sec. Why won't you ever get us Kylian Mbappe? Oh, okay, never mind. Should we do highlights?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yes, let's do highlights. Let's do it. 1-0 Bayern Munich. Wait, is that where we're starting?
We normally do a few highlights before. You can't go
Excuse me, sorry.
you know how it works.
This is why she's not going to win.
I've got it, Kane, don't worry. Kylie, go out and run it. I'll just ad-lib as we go through. But this one is a Upamecano chance. I mean, in terms of being in that position, I've been there many times. I mean, He's just got to connect with it. He's celebrating before he even gets contact. I give him a little bit of excuse. It's a little bit behind him because he went too quick. But he's
Was
got
Big
to be
Meeks
strong.
clinical in that position?
Oh, 100%.
Yes, I can imagine.
No, that was the. Oh, that was. Oh, you went straight away to this one. Oh, you guys tricked me. But anyway, great pass from Valverde, great run from Mbappe, and the angle is a bit tight. It's not a difficult save for Neuer.
Yeah, and this is the real big chance in that first half. Gnabry should score, whether he's just a little bit. Happens all too quickly for him. Mistake at a young midfield player. And again, that just told the tale of the first half, how lucky Real Madrid were that it was only 1-0 in the first half.
But then Luis Diaz, and I mean the way Bayern was putting pressure, the way they moved the ball, Olise to Gnabry, awareness of Kane, Gnabry again for Luis Diaz, it was all too much for Real Madrid. What a finish from Diaz. When they start to move the ball like that, 1-2 touch, interchanging passes, it's very difficult to stop Bayern Munich.
Lovely finish, Titi?
Yes.
Just
yes,
caress
yes.
it.
Jimmy, when we get to watch Luis Diaz doing things like that, do you think it was wrong for Liverpool to let him go?
No. They missed him as a player. 100%, there's no doubt, and that was always going to be the case. He was a really good player for Liverpool, but sometimes you get presented deals as a club, and at the time that was a good deal for Liverpool. Liverpool, I think, bought Luis Diaz for 40-odd million. They'd had him for about four seasons maybe. He was due for a new contract, so he'd been on the same contract he'd been on since he'd come, so it wasn't on huge wages, and the next one would have put him on a real big contract. And then Liverpool would have had him into his early 30s, which is probably not what they wanted ideally. Bayern Munich had a problem because they tried to get Florian Wirtz. Obviously, he came to Liverpool, and then Musiala got injured, I think, in the Club World Cup, so they were so desperate for a player. I think they ended up paying about 70 million for Luis Diaz at 28, 29, so the whole package was a good deal. But listen, he's still a really good player. So that last season for Liverpool, and we're now seeing it for Bayern Munich. But I wouldn't criticise the club for it, no.
Okay, fair enough. Should we move forward? Because the second half then started all wrong for Real Madrid in terms of trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do not want to start, obviously, the second half. But, Bayern Munich came to put pressure. You can see the reaction of Olise. The team is following. Ball is not really great, but anyway, you can see how Bayern Munich were on the front foot, trying to go and make things happen. Michael Olise sees Harry Kane at the edge of the box, and then Harry Kane sees the space and then scores. Make sure that he uses the body of Rudiger to go around him, and hopefully that could mask the view of the goalkeeper, which it did, and I think the ball went under his hand, and great goal, great finish.
And then Real Madrid chances started to flow in. Look at that ball from Trent. It's unbelievable. Look at calm. What you do? Where's your composure? And Vinicius just goes a little bit too wide. I mean, he knows he's behind him. Then he makes a mistake there with a header. Then he falls over, and then you're thinking Vinicius is just going to stick it home. But Neuer does really well to try keep him wide. He can't quite get the angle to get it in the net, but you expect Vinicius to definitely score that. And then the chances come. Mbappe,
yes.
Jamie.
Mbappe, yeah. You can't keep it quiet. Always involved. That first touch is fantastic. And I think that's the save that Peter's talking about. He's saying that's the best save he's seen this season. Always difficult when it goes through the goalkeeper's legs. Brilliant save, but brilliant football all round. The first touch initially from Mbappe was fantastic, and maybe just doesn't quite get it in the corner, which would have been a goal.
And then Mbappe again, Vinicius Junior gets the ball, Mbappe goes in behind him. As you can see here, he's going to go around to make sure that he can curve it and score. That's a difficult skill. All you need to do is go really low there or lift it, because usually goalkeepers go a bit low when that happens. And if you lift it, you might find the back of the net just a bit, but it's a tough one. There wasn't a lot of angle for him to score. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold does ever so well there. You have to give him credit. Gives the ball, carries on, and this is what I said at the beginning of the game. Kylian, stay in the middle, be patient. You will have a lot of tap-ins. And if he does that more often than not, occupying that position like a number 9 will do. And by the way, what a ball from Trent.
Oh, unbelievable.
But if you're not there, that can't happen. We talked about it at the beginning, and finally he was patient, he was there. And yes, you can score wonder goals, but those goals also count. Tap-ins count.
See, BM Diaz just there at the end trying to claim it on the line, and then Musiala chance. Look at that from Olise. I mean, outstanding. Comes back, recycles, lovely little ball, and then he can't get the connection he desires, Musiala. But look at this, the way he just moves him. Timing the run, Alphonso Davies, and then Musiala just shanks it a bit. Past the post. What an entertaining game it's been.
And it's not finished.
Oh, yeah, we still go.
There's still another chance for Mbappe. It was really end-to-end. Bayern Munich were not just sitting on that 2-1. At times the opposition fullbacks were in the opposition box late on in the game. And he's trying to bend it, but as Thierry was speaking, he couldn't really bend it. He was going to score, he was going to hit the goal. The defender wasn't
Very
Thierry.
difficult to bend that around Pavlovic. In all fairness, it was tough.
Well, I guess to back up what Peter said, Manuel Neuer was given man of the match for that game, who we will hopefully speak to alongside Peter shortly in Madrid. But yeah,
So
Michael,
Peter was right, not Micah?
well, we can all agree, though. I think everybody here at the table thinks that Michael Olise was special tonight.
Yeah, by far the best.
Him or Yamal? Who's your man?
Yamal's younger, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say Yamal's still a little bit more direct. I think Olise still wants to make people, once he gets that out of the way and just wants to score every time, I don't think there's much in it.
That's one of the best performances I've seen this season for any player, that Olise tonight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to do that in the Bernabeu. You know, against Real Madrid, the level of the game, he was, there's some clips of him. It was like he was playing with his mates, the way he was bringing the ball down. It was so easy for him. And you think of the level, this game is, the Champions League, the pressure on it, the Bernabeu, away from home. Well, he's certainly the best outfield player on the pitch, and there's a lot of talent on that football pitch tonight. A lot of players who cost a lot of money, some of the best players in the world, and he was the best player.
I just think what's so good about him, he can go both ways. That little drop of the shoulder, feel like you've got him, and he just, the change of direction is so impressive for me. The way he hangs out, and then you think he's going to go on his left foot, he can go on his right. And his first touch is just immense. Look at him. But you know what? This is perfect. This is for you, because the guys know. He slows down before he dribbles. You see a lot of wingers, when they get the ball, they just want to do everything at pace. He slows down, commits to the defender, and then he can change direction, which is so impressive. I absolutely love him. What a player he is.
The thing I noticed on the one you mentioned there with Kate when he's on the halfway line, it's when someone's that good, and you had this, it's when he's got the ball, the defender he's up against knows he's going to go past him, but he just doesn't know what side. Olise is just like, he's like, I know I'm going to go past you. I'll decide at the last minute whether I go this way or I go that way. It's not even you're not even thinking, is he going to get past his man? Is he going to stop him? It's like, no, he's going past him. It's just which way he's going to go.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it felt like every time he got the ball tonight when he was up against that left back.
There is something that Michael does ever so well, and that wingers do not do. As soon as he controls the ball, he squares you. So instead of as soon as he controls it, he squares you straight away. And because you know he can go right or left, you have to respect that. If you look at every time he controls the ball, he turns straight away on the guy, straight away. So that means he can see the line, he can see inside. If you stay like that, it's a bit more difficult. When he controls the ball, he turns straight away and he starts to go another 1v1. Those are the players we want to see. Whether it's Lamine Yamal or Michael Olise, please carry on playing the way you're playing, because you're making it very enjoyable for everybody. So if we go back to some of the ball that he has, you will see when he controls the ball, he straight away goes and square the players with shoulders with shoulders. Because if you play like that, it's very difficult. As soon as you play like that, I can dummy going or not, or go inside, or I go on the outside. Whatever it is, you can choose your poison after defenders.
But the big thing
have
is...
Have a look. We have.
Oh, yeah.
That's different. That's different because he goes straight away. But you see his shoulders, he will always... Boom! Now he got his space. You see how just the little movement that he did there to have that space. Obviously he didn't go there. But then he will have that. He goes and squares his man straight away. Yeah, it's more clear on one of the... This one is more... It's the one when he goes past him on the side. You know, from the middle?
Yeah,
Hey, now,
Yeah.
You see how he now
moved his body around.
If you go back, please, this is what I'm talking about. He controls it, then he squares him straight away.
Come on, Chloe.
Here, now, okay. Now, I don't see grass, I don't see grass, I don't see grass. Now I see grass, and he knows that I see grass. So he's going to be scared. He's going to dummy him going grass. He knows I see grass. What I mean by going grass is making him believe he's going to go down the line. Oh, I'm going to go down the line. Be careful, big man. Now he dummy going inside, but now we'll go inside, big man. See you later. If you don't square the man, you can't do that. Sorry. See you later. Bye.
You know how Jamie said how impressive it is to do that, particularly at the Bernabeu, right? Whenever we have him on the show, he seems so shy. Is he the type of player that just big moments do not faze him?
Michael Olise is a different player. He might be shy when you give him a mic or whatever it is. He has a certain way of thinking, a certain way of seeing life, just like he sees the game. But you can give him a ball, it is different. He sees things that not a lot of people can see. He understands the game in a different way. He sees the game, as I mentioned, more often than not with his brain. So he doesn't look, and I mention that all the time, he doesn't look at the game with his eyes. So he's trying to imagine what can happen when the ball is released from the goalkeeper. You need to be in advance in your brain to see what's happening. Then he can dribble, we all know that. But he sees the game in a different way, like he sees life. So this is why sometimes people don't understand him outside of the field. But he's a lovely guy, great guy, but I can tell you what, he doesn't speak a lot outside of the field. But when he's on the ball, he speaks with the ball very well.
All right, everybody, we're going to go to a break. We got so much more still to come.